Young children with autism are learning how to code computer programs thanks to a new technology club on Queensland's Gold Coast. Parents of the young attendees say the classes are not only having an impact on their kids' technology skills, but also their social skills.
Hi, I'm Stefan, co-founder of the lab. When the first lab started in 2011, we knew it was meeting a big need. Demand was huge, and 10 years later there are over 30 labs right around Australia. Each lab is a social after-school space where young people can go, make friends and explore their tech interests with mentors who really know their stuff. The mentors help lab members with what they want to do or make in a space where they feel comfortable and accepted, which is not always what they get at school.
So I guess one of the most important things is that the kids have to be comfortable before they can actually do anything. For a lot of kids that might be just playing games, for some it might be talking, and for others it might be working on projects.
What always comes to mind when I'm talking about the lab and being a mentor at the lab is the word mentor. It is what we are. We're mentors, we're not just tutors, we're not just teachers, we're people that the students can really look up to. So we're always trying to help engage kids socially as well as academically, and making sure that they're comfortable here, comfortable in their own skin.
I love the lab. The lab is every time I come, I just feel happy. All the time when I'm driving in the car to the lab, I just feel excited to be at the lab, to have fun with everyone here.
I get to talk to other people and have fun. I play games and I make games and code and do stuff like that.
Playing games with each other, hanging out, talking some pretty cool stuff and funny stuff as well.
Mainly it just feels like a place where I can just play and program and feel connected to others pretty much.
And it's been fun coming to the lab. We get to communicate with the people that come here and work here, and it's fun because you get to talk with them about like stuff you enjoy because you have common interest. And I've also came here for 8 weeks to do community service to become a mentor.
We're learning some programs and, well, I look at them and I go, no, I can't do that. Suddenly I go to the lab, they tell me how to do that, and hey, turns out it's not so hard once I know what to do.
We were looking for something for Bennett so he could socially integrate, and I found online information about the lab, and from what I read there, it looked quite interesting. We were looking for some place where he could go to, you know, be himself a bit more relaxed, because at school he was feeling like a bit more of an outcast, being a bit different with Asperger's and what have you.
Hi, my name's Nicole and I have a son who's 11 and his name is Ty. He has been coming to the lab for just on a year now. It's been the best move that we could possibly have done for Ty. Socially, it's brought him out a little bit more, and he loves coming. In his words to me, that's the best place to go, Mum, because it's the place where I feel like I can totally be me.
I don't know if Asperger's should be seen as a disability. I think it's more like a superpower. Because these kids have this ability to, you know, get into something and get right into it and analyse it and pick it up and work it out. And, you know, if they just have the right environment, the right group of people around them, they can be honed quite well.
In 2016, we started running online labs with funding from the Lord Mayor's Charitable Foundation and the NBN. We aimed to reach kids who couldn't make physical labs, but little did we know what was coming. When COVID hit, we'd already been running lab sessions online on Zoom for over 4 years, and this year and last year, many of the physical labs during lockdown have moved online. We've even run game making competitions online to present at the PAX Festival.
Just quickly, everyone, in doing all these interviews, we've spoken a lot about the game, but we haven't actually heard from anyone A to Z what the game actually is.
Scrapnel right now is a sort of demolition derby game involved with all sorts of motor vehicles. They can be anything right now from a skateboard to a realistic APC. Those are the ideas that are being passed around. and you can also upgrade them to have different types of weapons, such as guns. You can also have ramps. We're thinking about having ramps on front of vehicles to be able to push other vehicles out of the way. And a system that can possibly push your car up and flip you over to get out of the way of another person.
That's super cool.
It's sort of like a battle royale, but instead of people fighting, it's cars fighting.
Battle Royale with cars instead of people.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So this is Scrapnel. This is the game that the students in the Wednesday lab have come up with, a game for PAX. It's pretty amazing. We have AI, which is amazing. We've got a lot of physics coming into play. Whoa, check that out. Crashed it out. They've designed some UI and made it work, which is really cool. Yeah, the design, the 3D models on the cars are really good. They've actually got headlights and stuff, so the kids have really thought about like the effects and stuff. The AI is fantastic. Like it just drove around me. It's pretty intuitive, actually.
That's amazing.
And let's just see how the crash mechanics are. Beautiful. Fantastic.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I believe there's a jump as well. And look at this. So we've been learning some code, and I know the programmer for this was pretty new to code, and he's already picked up some object-oriented programming principles of encapsulation. Like he has an input manager here, which is fantastic, because usually you would put it in just a flat sort of script. But here we go. We've got brake, which I wasn't using, which is right control and left. We have a throttle and steer, and we've got L. Maybe that is the flip. Oh no, that's the lights.
Oh, cool.
So this is PAXception. This is the idea that some of the students from the participants from the Tuesday lab came up with. The idea was that they were going to go to PAX to show off their game, and the game would be PAX. And basically the idea is you'd go down to different booths and you'd play mini games on consoles, and then you'd collect badges to win the game. And that they all wanted themselves to be inside PAX in different parts. This class was particularly good with their 2D art. So we see a lot of really high detailed sprites, and these were all from different students. Hello, Animal Lover Gamer 101. How are you?
Hi.
Is there any stuff that you've done on PAXception that you'd like to talk about, or maybe share your screen and show some of the stuff you've done?
I've been doing like designing like objects and characters. So I've done some things like this is my character, and some other objects I've made. I've done some beanbags. I've done some shading on the beanbags to make them look realistic. This is a bin. I did some screens for we can put like presentations that other areas have been doing, and that's what I've been doing.
So a few weeks ago, I just made this little avatar. So this is me.
Is there anything about your marketing stuff or anything that you helped out with PAXception that you wanted to share?
I had this idea about how having PAX inside PAX, literally, you could also have the word PAX inside PAX. So people could try to see how far down it goes, which would get them more attracted to the poster.
Is there any final things that you wanted to say about the lab, or you wanted to say to the people at PAX?
Well, I hope that COVID gets better, and I hope that we can all actually meet in real life for the next PAX.
So what else what's your favorite thing about the lab other than that?
My favorite, mainly friends. They're the ones I admire.
I make friends.
And then second, games.
New games and friends.
So what I like about the lab is just, I guess, all the friendly people, and that we all get, and like we all connect to with each other.
There's a lot of good things, actually. Well, I miss the real lab. Like, I mean, I like this, but I miss going to the lab and spending time
I
with
miss
my
going
friends.
to lab physically too. I liked it when we met each other physically instead of virtually. I like it better physically.
It's cool to hang out with people, you know, everyone's friendly and it's just a good place for us to be.
What's been you guys been keeping it real this week, or have you been keeping it ethereal and hypothetical?
Wait, what?
Okay, thank you everyone, and welcome to the PAX 2021, the lab presentation. My name is Liam Barclay. I'm here to tell you about the lab and what we have been specifically up to out here in Bendigo. The lab at Bendigo is generously supported by Bendigo Tech School, who provide us with a space and access to some incredible technology that has made this project possible. First things first, what is the lab? It's a national network of technology clubs for young people who identify as being on the autism spectrum. It's a social and creative workshop, so a young person will come in, mingle with the group, make some friends, but overall socialize and get to know everyone. So this year we've created a tabletop game called Theft of a Horse. This is a simple card game that rewards creative answers rather than necessarily following the rules. We also made the deck using wooden tiles and printed stickers with the details for each card. So after getting everyone settled in and getting everyone to know the place and all that, we decided to just have fun and have a board game day. So we brought over some board games that we really like and we showed them to the class. The games range from tabletop games to simple card games. So we had board games like Tsuro, Love Letter, Catan, Azul, and some others. So after the board game day, we decided to have a shared brainstorm and eventually come up with a design concept. So then we got to prototyping. Someone came up with an idea for a concept of a small card game. So it's a Western game, and the narrative is that you have been imprisoned for the theft of a horse, hence the name, and that you must use the item cards that have just magically fallen into your hands to escape the entrapment cards that hold you imprisoned. So as a group, we came up quickly with the rules and overall goal of the game, and then we just printed out some cards and then had a go. So a dealer is first decided at the beginning of the game, and then the deck is given to them. The dealer then shuffles the deck and places a decided number of entrapment cards and item cards onto the table. The dealer can decide to place down 1 item card and 3 entrapment cards, just for the sake of making it a little bit more challenging. This is how the game's difficulty can be interchangeable with each dealer, so each dealer can decide how many item cards and how many entrapment cards to place onto the table for the storyteller players to experiment with. We wanted this because we wanted the game to be able to promote creativity and experimentation. We intend to also take this further in the game's rules itself and encourage players to introduce their own house rules and other ways to play the game, thus making even the rules itself interchangeable rather than just a difficulty. The overall goal is to break out of jail in the coolest way, and then each player takes a turn describing how they use the item cards to escape the entrapment cards. And the winner is then decided based on the favorite story via participant vote. We had a lot of fun trying out the game. There were a lot of really crazy stories that the participants came up with. I was very surprised. Of course, this didn't come without the challenge of the obvious outbreak and how we had to periodically go from on-site sessions to online sessions. It was quite jarring, but we managed to pull through and we came up with a physical iteration of the cards along with a bag. So we're very, very proud of that. So thank you everyone for listening. If you liked what we've come up with and what we're doing, strap your boots on because there's more to come. We have a lot of ideas that we're really keen on sinking our teeth into and sharing. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you have a wonderful and safe rest of the year and hope to catch you next year.